What's up, everybody? This is Recap Rewind. I am JLag, and I'm here with
NB.
And we are starting this off. We are so excited to get through this episode. It's episode 2 of Game of Thrones, season 6.
Oh man!
Let's just get into it. It was a crazy episode. We just finished watching it.
So I was like, I can't even like. Okay, yeah. So just to start off, we are warning you. There's gonna be spoilers ahead.
I mean, this is obviously a spoiler.
Like it's a recap.
We're recapping this whole thing.
Just to let you know, we're going through it like how it happened in the episode.
Exactly.
So we have some good news. FYI, stay tuned and keep listening because
it's
totally
worth it. Trust me. All right, so we're gonna start right off. Like we start off right in the north, way north. So this is past the wall.
Way up north.
Way up north, and we see a character we haven't seen in a full season. I didn't realize in NB until you told me about it last week that we literally didn't see him for all of last season. Yeah. So I'm talking about Bran, obviously.
Bran Stark.
And so he's now coming into play into this season. Finally, so clearly he's gonna really, wrap into the season. Obviously, he's gonna have a connection.
And I think the reason why they didn't include him last season was just because I think at the end of the 4th. His story was kind of already ahead of everyone else's.
Right.
So they're like, let's leave Bran for a season. Let's get everyone else caught up.
Yeah.
And then let's link everyone together. Also,
there was a lot of drama that needed to happen, I guess, in the rest of the situation, like in all the other places.
Yeah. So now we're back to Bran. We're at the tree.
So yeah, it's relatively quick. But yeah, so basically
that was it.
Yeah, that was it. But it was kind of key.
Really good.
So we start off and we see Bran standing, but it's a flashback, and he's with his, I guess, mentor, this tree man, who's kind of helping him through learning, teaching him the ropes of being a warg. So he's kind of in a dream state, and they're like both under the tree, and they're just like I don't know.
Like they're chatting.
Yeah. And he brings him back to a memory of when he's in Winterfell. But it's not him in Winterfell. It's actually a past experience. Mm-hmm. And you see these two kids sparring. And you find out that it's Ned Stark and his brother. I don't even know.
God, I forgot his name.
Uncle something. The one that ends up going to the wall.
Damn.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyways.
So they're sparring or whatever. And then, out of nowhere, you hear, like, galloping. And then you see someone come through on a nice horse, and it's Lyanna Stark. We see her as a young woman, and probably, like, ever for the whole, like, this whole show, we finally see her. Not as a statue in a funeral, like in a crypt, but
and I guess
as a real person.
She's younger. Like, she's, like if they were to ever show Lyanna later, they wouldn't have that actress, like, because that actress was pretty young, right? Like, she was like probably like 10 or 11, kind of looking.
I think she's supposed to be a little bit younger than Ned. I don't know how it goes. Like,
so they're still kind of young. They're not like in their teens yet. They're still kind of like young.
It's a very, very quick scene, and basically she just comes and says, "Hey, how's it going, guys?"
It's such a copy of the first scene that you see in the first season with like Jon and Rob like sparring and just being in that little courtyard at Winterfell. And,
and Arya, she was learning how to
so cute.
It was just so nice to see that. And
he even said, he's like, everyone's like so happy. Like, it's like a good time.
Yeah, everybody, like, this is my home. Yeah. Like, just seeing his home the way it was when, before he had to leave. We also see Hodor.
Yeah.
Whose real name is Willis.
Yeah.
Apparently. Yeah. And he speaks in the past. So, for one, I didn't realize how old Hodor was. Like, Hodor is like pretty much old. Like Ned Stark's age.
Yeah.
Because they're probably around the same age. So, like, he's probably like 50. Yeah. But he's speaking, and he was like fighting at one point in time. Like, they were all like play fighting.
He's like a sick guy.
Yeah. And he's like, they say that he was like half giants or whatever. But I guess he was always a stable boy. So, like, he kind of got pushed to the side. So, anyway, Bran wakes up from the dream. And the guy says, and then he's like, "Why did you like take me out of this? I was like having a good time."
He's like, "I was enjoying that dream."
And he's like, "You can't stay long because then you're gonna get like enveloped in it. You're like you'll be drowned." And so then he looks at Hodor and he's like, "Yo, I saw you."
Hodor's like, "Huh?"
And Hodor's like,
"I don't know."
Hodor.
He's like, "Yo, your name wasn't Hodor, and like you were sick, like you were talking and stuff." He's like, Hodor. But he was like, what happened to you? Like, something must have happened.
Yeah, so he's trying to... Like, so I guess, who knows if that's even...
He's going to probably uncover that.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm sure there's like something that happened. Like, he saw something.
So then he goes back to Hodor, and then he says, where's Mira?
Yeah.
And then, like, Hodor's like, who's Mira? Just like I did.
Yeah.
He's like, Hodor. And then you see Mira outside of the cave, which is like,
she's, I guess, like just brooding.
She's
outside.
Brooding because her brother died or whatever, and like she's just like sitting there and stuff.
Also, like, I wonder if time has technically passed.
Right.
Like, it has, right? Like,
I'm assuming
so it's been a year since her brother died. Like, yeah. And she's still pretty cheap.
It's interesting because I'm wondering whether or not, like, this is just a production thing, but it kind of ties into the story because you kind of wonder how long he's been up there because he's obviously grown quite a bit.
Yeah.
The actor himself has grown. Even you mentioned to me, I thought that it was a recast of Mira, but it's the same girl. It's just like she looks older now. So I was thinking the same thing. Like, how much time has passed since he's been there, and now he's just getting this memory because apparently he was going through all these different memories, and this is finally the first memory that he like wants to associate to himself. Yeah, because it's like a good memory. But anyway, yeah. So you see,
as she's sitting there, Hodor like brings Bran out and like he places him in the snow. I love his like little like pose.
He's
lies. All like seductive, like
his like Baywatch pose.
Yeah, and he's just like, "Yo, girl, like, what are you doing out here by yourself?"
And then she's like, "Yo, I'm cheesed right now."
She's
and
like,
then
we're not doing anything.
Yeah,
and we're not getting anywhere with your damn dreams.
Yeah, but I mean that's essentially what she says. And there was like the child of the trees or whatever. She's like, he'll need your help one day.
Yeah, so I think like at that point, like Hodor takes Bran back in.
Yeah.
And then some girl from like freaking left field, she's like, he needs you.
I think she's the one from like 2 seasons ago who we see like telling them to like come inside. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So is she like the guardian or something?
I think she's like a child of the woods, or I think they have a name.
It.
Yeah.
The children of the forest or something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So then she's telling her basically like, he'll need you, and then she's like, but what is he doing? He's just like freaking sleeping half the time. Like, I don't know what he's doing. Yeah. Like, what is this gonna, like, how is this gonna thing? And the girl basically says like, he's not gonna be here forever.
Yeah.
And he's gonna need you when he goes out there.
When he goes back out. Yeah.
So just like stay by him.
I wonder how they're so wise. Like, how are these people like so smart?
I feel like they just know the future, right? Like her brother was at work too, and he saw his own death. You know, like that's how much he's able to project his you know, his future. So definitely she has to like believe that, and she has to go along with it at this point. I know she's like pretty upset about the fact that her brother's dead. Like I mentioned, I'm not sure how much time has passed. So it could have been like yesterday. Who knows? But anyway. So
so that was that for Bran, right?
That was it for Bran. We just leave it off at that. And then we move on to the Night's Watch. Go to the Night's Watch real quick. And so we see Jon dead, like on the slab. And now, I guess it's like the nightfall of the night, like from the last episode where Thorne was basically saying, if you guys don't surrender by nightfall, we're going to have to kill you guys.
So this is the next night.
So this is like
because like Melisandre basically like woke up. She went to sleep. So it's been a day and then the night.
Yeah. So now she's like...
Yeah. So it's been a day, let's say.
Basically a day. And now they're going to break down the door. So obviously, as soon as they break down the door, dun 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 dun.
Yeah, you hear like thumping from like the front gate.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "What?" And you're obviously like, "Oh, she's not."
Yeah.
The wildlings are here just in time. Like, come on.
Yeah, it was perfect timing.
So they break down the gate.
They break down the gate.
No,
the giant, the one giant, like freaking like destroys the gate.
Storms in.
He's like, "Hey guys."
Yeah.
And basically everybody surrenders automatically.
Yeah, in like 0.5 seconds, people's knives are like on the ground. They're like, "Yeah, no." I think one guy tries to like shoot an arrow into the giant, and the giant literally like swoops around, takes the guy out of like the deck area. He like just like smashes him against the wall, like done. Like, and then everyone's like, "Okay, bye, we're done."
We're just like, "All right, cool.
We're done.
We're going up against the giant. That's not gonna happen."
Yeah, this is not happening.
The little kid like kind of like goes at him. I want him to die, but I don't know. There must be a reason why he's still alive. Who knows? Anyway, they're all annoying.
But my lumberjack guy's back, so I'm really
excited. Lumbersexual, he's back. So
like, where's Jon?
He's got that like angry face.
Yeah,
like
he
those,
does.
Like,
but like now he's like on our side, so it's good.
Exactly, it's all good.
Yeah, he was like, "You killed Jon? What?"
Yeah, so then they take them to the prison. Thorne goes to the prison. All like the traitors who like stabbed him to death.
Yeah, they go to prison.
They go to prison, and then we cut to Oh, he basically says like he goes to see the body and he's all cheese or whatever, and then he's like, we'll get a fire ready for you guys to burn the body.
Yeah, the wildling guy was like, we'll get a fire ready.
Right, and that was a question that I think I asked like last episode, and even like when we came back from the season, I always questioned like why did he not change yet? Like it's been a day and a half. I've seen bodies change like before that.
Well, I feel like you're gonna get your answer though. I feel like there's a reason why he hasn't changed.
Exactly. So we'll get to the end of.
But also the question was, why didn't they burn him yet? Like, why didn't anyone insist? Like, when they killed him, why didn't Alistair Thorne be like, no, we're going to burn him right now?
Exactly.
Because then he would have been, like, done dead, you know? He left him there.
Well, I guess one of the things is, like, the other people of the Night's Watch really, like, casted a lot of doubt in his leadership. So even that whole idea of, like, burning bodies, I don't know if they believed them coming back. Like, did they ever see them all coming back?
I would assume so, because they've seen it happen. Like, they've seen people come back.
Have they?
I think so.
Because then how come like they're warning like him warning them about like the dead coming back? He's like, no, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Remember, even at Hardhome, he wasn't there. So how are they supposed to know?
Yeah. True.
Anyway, I'm not really sure what the reason is. Like they just haven't burned the body just yet.
And those were the guys that sided with John anyways. Like the ones that saw that happen.
Right.
Yeah.
So like they're the true followers.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're taking a pause on the Night's Watch.
We'll be back later.
And we're going to go to King's Landing. So that's where it ends off. It's like nicely going south.
Yeah.
So we find the first scene that you see is Franken Mountain coming through. Mm-hmm. We know who Franken Mountain is.
Cersei's boy toy.
Cersei's boy toy.
He's huge.
He's massive. Apparently he's like 6'9" in real life.
Yeah, he's like the biggest man on earth or something.
Yeah, some Icelandic bodybuilder. Yeah. Anyway, so he's back from the dead. And he's just like this monster, like bodyguard for her, essentially. And he smashes someone's head on the wall in a matter of seconds.
Yeah. So you kind of get established into like what
he's pretty strong,
here.
And he's like he's gonna like take care of her.
Yeah.
So then she tries to leave the keep for
Marcella's
funeral, and then they're all like, "No, you can't leave."
Yeah, like what's his face? Tommen's
like army.
Crew, like they come up to her and she's like, "You can't leave." Like he said, "Don't go."
Like it's for your protection or whatever.
No, she's like, "I need to see my daughter."
I can't even go to my own wedding. Like,
and then it was kind of like this awkward silence because like these 20 guys don't even want to face this one like Frankenstein guy. Yeah. And then eventually like Cersei's like, "Okay, I'll go back up." Like whatever.
Yeah, she was like, "I'm going to talk to him."
Yeah. She's like, "I'll talk to him after," and then. We cut to like the little church area.
Yeah, like in the church.
Yeah, and like it's her funeral. It's like two people, her dad and her brother.
Yeah, aka like her uncle.
Yeah,
technically, or
Yeah, and then they just talk it out. Like Tommen and Jamie have a cute conversation.
Tommen's like basically
Tommen's
pretty
like, I failed.
upset
like
with
he's
himself.
like I effed up. Like my mom and my wife went to jail and didn't do anything about it.
Yeah, I mean he basically said exactly what we were thinking as the audience, being like, why aren't you coming through as a king?
Yeah,
like you should have done all that stuff.
You know,
he's
like,
a kid, but
you
at the
forget
same time,
it.
it's like
he's a kid, and he's a good kid. Like he's not effed up. Like
not to like talk about the dead or anything, but like Joffrey would not have let that happen.
No, that's the thing. But he's dead, so
it doesn't matter.
Somebody poisoned him.
Anyway, so then...
So yeah, as Jamie's like talking to him...
Jamie basically says
like,
go talk to your mom.
Go see her.
Go like ask for forgiveness because she's pretty pissed you didn't go see her since she's like been back. So then he goes and at the same time the High Sparrow comes in and he's like, yo, what's going on here? And he talks to Jamie for a second and Jamie's like pissed. He's like... How dare you like do that to my sister? Like, who do you think you are? You think you're so freaking smug, like sitting there in your poor man clothes or whatever, and like you're here to like do whatever. And then he basically gets up real close to him, and he's like, "I could kill you right now." And
like
then
Jamie's saying that. To
Jamie's
him.
basically saying that, and the High Sparrow says, "Well, you would do that in a place of worship," and he's like, "Yeah, I would because the gods have like spilled more blood." Like basically, he says like holy wars have like spilled more blood than like us two combined. So. He's like, I don't even really give a shit right now. And then he's about to like kill him. And then a bunch of like...
You think he was going to kill him?
I think he would have been. I don't know, man. I don't know if he's like had it in him to do it in that particular situation. Yeah. Jamie's changed quite a bit over the seasons, and I don't know if he's that type of person anymore.
It was definitely like I was like, someone's gonna die, you know. Like I definitely like I was like, he's gonna kill him, or they're gonna shoot Jamie. I don't know. Like
I don't know.
Or they were gonna take him.
Yeah. So essentially, like these guys come in, and he like kind of backs off after that. Like all of like the High Sparrows people, yeah, like, they come through and they're like gonna beat him to death because they have like those like bats.
Yeah. But nothing happens in the end. Like they just kind of like
they just let him go, and he's like, "I'll show you one day." And then
the High Sparrow's like, "Okay, bye.
Yeah,
watch your back."
The High Sparrow basically says like, and it's kind of cool the way he says it. He's like, "You think you want to kill me? Go ahead, because they're not gonna be able to save me in time because we're so close to each other." Yeah. But he's like, "Just remember, like we're all nobodies. Like we don't have families. We don't have anything attached to us." But together we can overthrow an empire, which essentially means like you still have a name to yourself. So like, don't think that just because we look like we're powerless or whatever and weak that we can't come together and like take down an entire family, which we basically have done. So
which they did.
Watch your shit.
Yeah.
So anyway, we move on and we see Tommen goes and apologizes to his mama. He's like, "Sorry, mama.
Sorry, mama, I need your help."
I like Cersei with his haircut, by the way.
I don't like it at all. I hate it.
It's very
they
like,
have like the same
House
haircut.
of Cards.
Yeah, it's so Robin Wright. No, but they have
She's
the
like
same haircut.
She's like 2 seasons late. Anyway, yeah, her and Tommen have the same haircut.
I'm like, whoa, like they chose the same wig for these two actors.
Same color. Okay, so anyway, we see them. He basically apologizing. He's like, "Yeah, I really fucked up. I'm really, really sorry. I should have done something when I could." And she's like, "You know, I understand where you're coming from." She's obviously like cheese, like her face is like, doesn't change.
She's being very cool to him.
But I mean, for good reason. She had to walk in the freaking streets. Like, how did you not come through for your mom?
But what was he gonna do? I don't think he could have done anything.
Literally create a war. I mean, he still has an army. Like, anyway, whatever. He's too weak. He doesn't know enough. Like, I understand like why he didn't do it either. But anyway, he basically starts crying like a baby, and he's like,
"I need your help."
He's like, "I need you to like show me that I need to be stronger." He's like,
"Boy,
you
bye.
raised me to be strong." So he's like, "Help me."
She's like, "Oh, I got this. Don't worry."
And she's like, "Don't.
I got this.
I'm gonna get you some."
Yeah. So that was that.
And then we move on to Mirren. And so Tyrion is like killing it with this like leadership game. Yeah. He's like got his little council and he's like talking to people. He's like, "What's up here? What's up here? What's up here?" I forget the Unsullied guy's name. Like the leader.
Wasn't his name like Grey Worm or something?
Grey Worm, I think his name is. Yes, you're right. And he basically asks him what happened with the ships, and he's like, "We're finding out. I don't know what happened."
Yeah. So now there's like a little council. They're so cute.
Yeah.
Like with Khaleesi, like they're still like all friends and shit.
They're trying to like figure
shit
out.
But yeah, they're trying to like, you know, hold it down while she's missing.
Right.
And then I guess Tyrion's just like, "Can you take me to the dragons?"
Yeah,
like they haven't been fed.
Because basically she's what's that woman's name?
The girlfriend?
Yeah,
I forgot.
Man,
they all have like the same names.
Anyway, she basically says like they're not eating. They're not
Myra. Like I don't know, something with an M. I feel like. Anyways, whatever.
Anyway, so
she was saying that
basically they haven't been eating since she left, like since she dipped. I don't even know how long that's been. So I'm like, damn, these like dragons are hungry.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Okay, let me go see them." And then he has this like really cute moment where
like he's terrified, he's scared, like he's shaking.
Yeah, he's shaking.
But he like somehow braves it out and goes all the way down the cellar to the dragons.
And he has this like really cute like backstory where you like kind of like see him like
he's telling a story to them.
Yeah, he's like basically like when I was a kid, all I wanted was a dragon, and I wanted my uncle to give me a dragon. Then he found out that like they're all died out like centuries before. And he's like, "And here you are." And he like pets him, and he was so happy. And they let him pet him.
Yeah.
Or let them pet them. Let him pet them. And then finally he pulls out the shackles.
The shackles, yeah.
For both of them. The first one is like, "Okay, cool."
So cute.
And then the second one like leans down and like lets him pull it.
He's like, "Get me too, like grab mine."
And then they just dip into the darkness.
Yeah.
And he like fast walks away.
Yeah. Don't ever let me do that again.
Yeah, basically Varys is like, "All right, bye." So yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure what happens with that situation.
Do you think there's something there, like as to why they let him touch them?
I don't know. I think I think we should put a pin on that and like see if that really
like do you think that was
sense.
like a moment to like remember?
I don't know. To be completely honest, I thought that like Tyrion was gonna die.
Oh no, I didn't think so.
I was like, if he dies by dragons, like, man, that's pretty cool.
I'm really hoping that there's something behind that scene, and there's a reason like why they let him get so close.
Yeah.
Whether that's...
I feel like you're like trying to foreshadow something, but yeah.
Whether that's because like he's just a good person, like his energy is like really good, and like he's not deep down, like he's not afraid of them. Like he was telling them like a genuine story.
And I'm really happy. I'm really happy to see him like come through. Like I feel like he's really like taking a good like I said, leadership role.
Yeah.
While Khaleesi's like basically captured.
Yeah, and my other theory is that like maybe he's just not like a Lannister. He's something else.
Oh,
so he has something in his blood. I don't know. Maybe.
Interesting.
Because like it seems like the dragons are, you know.
I mean, they're not like loving on him.
No.
But they're
not. Definitely. I mean, like he's not their mom, so. Yeah. But yeah, maybe I don't know.
So anyway,
interesting scene though.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah. So then we like dip out of Mirren and we go to Bravos real quick. Blind girl. Poor Arya. Still blind. And the girl comes back again and she like beats her up again.
So was she really there?
Yeah, but they're like ninjas, right?
They're like crazy.
So they come in.
She beats the
she like
out of
whips like the bowl out of her hands, and she's like, "Okay, I'm ready to fight again." You can see at this point in time, like Arya's been taking beatings like over and over every single day. Her face is like swollen. So then she goes at it again. Once again, gets her ass like handed to her like
really bad,
really hard. Those sound effects were like. Dish, dish, dish. I was like, oh man, she's like breaking ribs at this point.
Yeah, like cracking and
Yeah, so right at the end, she's like swinging like a maniac, and then like there's like a wide shot of her, and it's like there's nobody there.
Yeah.
And then someone grabs her stick, and it's Jack and Hagar.
A girl does not eat.
Yeah, so basically he says, if you tell me your name, I will give you like a place to stay. And she's like, I am no one. And then she's like, if you give me that, I'll like take care of you. And she's like, a girl is no one. And then he says, if a girl says her name, I'll give her eyesight back. And then like you can see like in her face, she's like, and then she's like, a girl is no one. And I almost wanted her to be like, my name's Arya.
So what's he trying to say? Like, if you tell me your name, I'll give everything back to you.
Exactly. So I think she realized that it was like a real test for her.
Yeah.
And then she, I guess, passes because then he's like, "Come on, girl, you're
coming home.
A girl is not aべanymore." Because she's about to pick up her ball, which I don't even know how she knew where it was.
She's like, where was she? She's lost all her like sense of like where she is.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good point. Though.
So what is your thinking on that whole situation?
I mean, I was just happy because I'm like, clearly he has the power to bring her eyesight back.
Right.
So possibly in the near future it could come back.
Right. That's true.
But I think that whole thing is really, really sad because I feel like she has to get to a point where she forgets Arya Stark and like is another person. But as a fan, like you don't want her to forget Arya because like that's her whole like revenge journey.
I almost feel
but like you understand why like she needs to like move forward.
Right. But at the same time, I don't know. Like this is the first time that I've really like kind of picked up on it, and maybe it was because I was desperate as a fan. And as a viewer to be like, I just want her to get her eyesight back. I just want her to be in a good place again. So when he's offering her all these like things, including her eyesight back, I was almost like, is this all like some sort of like reverse psychology that at the end of this whole thing
she's gonna want to be Arya Stark.
She's gonna want to be Arya, and he's like, who are you? She's like,
but
I am Arya Stark.
Yeah, but she's not done yet. Like her ninja skills aren't like on point yet, so she can't be done.
Obviously, she's gonna ass handed to her.
So she can't. It's like not.
But I don't know. I feel like this whole episode was really truly about, to me, like identity and like a woman's identity and like in a male driven world. And her situation is obviously like not so sexist because she could be a man, it doesn't matter. But I mean, for one, she had to pretend to be a boy for a large period of her time, and like now she's a nobody. How long has it been since she actually has been Arya Stark?
Gender neutral. It's like the gender neutral discussion.
Don't even go to
she's not either boy or girl.
No, I mean like.
But yeah, you're right.
Truly, she's gone through some sort of really interesting journey, and I really feel like this episode, and even the way he was testing her today, I was almost like, just say Arya, because that is who you are. That is who identifies you, and like don't run away from that.
I really hope that's how her story comes together in the end. I don't want her to forget who she is.
Absolutely.
Like, You know, but what's gonna happen?
Yeah, we'll
like,
see.
From that beginning scene when she hid her sword in the rocks, like you knew that she never forgot who she was.
Exactly.
So they're gonna have to come back to that and be like, did you like forget who you are?
Exactly.
You know, like she hid it. She didn't like get rid of it.
Right. So we'll see. I'm really, really interested to see how her story unfolds, but I'm really seeing this whole
I'm so excited
identity
for her.
thing with her.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so let's move on. We're moving on to, oh God, Winterfell.
Oh, Winterfell?
Winterfell.
Oh, yeah.
So this is real quick, but like it's kind of big. So
I feel like now in this part of the episode the scenes move quicker.
A lot faster, like, yeah, for sure. So Ramsay Snow, or I guess Ramsay Bolton, comes back and he's basically with the Cast Starks. So Cast Starks are the ones that like Robb had to cut the old man's head off because he was trying to like kill all the Lannister kids during the war. Do you remember that?
I don't remember.
The guy he basically like had to call him a traitor and he had to cut like the guy's head off, and his mom was like, that's gonna be a bad idea because like they have a huge army. Yeah. So anyway, this guy comes finally like back full circle, and like it's the son of the guy who Robb's like had his head cut off, and Ramsay Snow was basically like saying, these guys are gonna come help us with a bunch of other people. Can we now like take over the rest of the North and like storm Castle Black,
kill Jon Snow, kill like whatever,
exactly, like take it all over. And Bruce Bolton like, basically says like relax. You need to calm the fuck down because he says essentially like, if you're gonna act like a dog, I'm gonna treat you like a dog,
and everyone else is gonna treat you like a dog. Like they're gonna like look at you like that.
Exactly. And then like in that same moment, like the maester of I guess there Winterfell comes in. He's like super happy. He's like, yo, you just had a son.
Baby mama just had a baby.
Yeah, like big baby mama just had a baby, and
yeah, he's like, it's a boy.
Yeah.
And it's like, duh, duh, duh.
So obviously, like that is a huge meaning because Ramsay is the firstborn, but he's not. He's a bastard.
And Lord Bolton looks so happy.
Lord Bolton was super happy. He was like, yes, this is like finally like a legit son. But then Ramsay goes up to his dad and he's like, yo, I'm so happy for you. He gives him a big hug.
And then Bolton's like, no, but you're still my firstborn.
Yeah,
like I'll never forget you.
And then he's like, that really means a lot.
Thanks.
And then he's like, shh, and kills him.
Kills his dad.
Ramsay Bolton Snow kills Bruce Bolton. Sad story.
It was messed up.
It was messed up. I was like,
but it was so expected. Like, of course, that's where his story's gonna go. Of course. There's no way in hell he's gonna let that shit slide.
That's true too, I guess.
Anyway, so he stabs his dad, leaves him for dead. The maester is just like looking. He's like, tell people that like he just died or something.
It's funny when we were watching it. Like it was funny when we were watching it. You were like, "Why is anybody doing it?" Like, I think everybody's just as shocked as we are right now.
Like the Karstark guy and the maester are like, "What? Should we like leave? Should we stay and like clean it up? Because there's gonna be blood everywhere. So should we help you clean it up?"
He basically tells like the maester like send out notes saying that like someone poisoned my dad.
Yeah.
AKA like don't say shit or I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, all right, cool. So then they leave.
Then they go outside.
So I just want to bring it back. Actually, I'll talk about it after. But anyway, so then they go outside. Ramsay calls for his, I guess, stepmom.
Yeah.
And
like
the newborn baby.
Yeah.
And she's like, where's Lord Bolton? He's been looking for me or whatever. So she literally just gave birth, so she's like pretty tired.
Yeah, like honestly, she's like all up and about.
Like they basically said like she's on bed rest, and like Ramsay's like, bring her out right.
But like out, like they're literally outdoors. Like you think that she's like in her bedroom or something. Like she's outdoors wearing her freaking winter's like outfit.
With
the
this
poor
newborn-ass
baby, he's like in this freezing cold weather. And then she's like, where's your dad? And he's like, come. He's like in here. AKA like the kennel. Like,
yeah, so they go into the kennel. These dogs are like barking like crazy. And then he tells them all to stop and sit down. They all sit down. These like pit bulls.
AKA he controls them.
Yeah. And then he locks the gate behind them. And then we all know what's going to happen in the next 3 minutes. And she's like, what's going on? Where's my thing? And she's like, where's Lord Bolton? And then he's like, I'm Lord Bolton. And
she's like, oh, I'm going to die.
And then he opens up all the kennels and he whistles. And then they basically maul
the baby
her and the baby.
Mom, yeah. So they're dead.
It was pretty brutal.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
And Ramsay's
they didn't show it, obviously.
Like, yeah, it's like maniac.
Yeah.
So there's that. That happened.
That happened.
And then Sansa and Brienne up in like I don't even know, in between Winterfell and Castle Black, I guess, at this point.
Yeah.
So they're kind of
having
chilling.
like a heart-to-heart.
Brienne's trying to like get the lowdown of what happened when she was in Winterfell, and Sansa's like, it was not a good time.
Yeah.
And then Theon kind of like...
And they talk about Arya.
Yeah, she asked about Arya. She's like, where's my sister at? And then Brienne's like, I kind of found her, and then I like... had to beat someone else up.
I saw her with the guys, and then like...
And then I lost her, and I was like...
And Sansa's like, but how did she look? And she was like, she looked like a boy or something.
Yeah, I think
she didn't look good.
Like, she didn't look...
But like, it was really cute.
It was good
It's that first time where like, now these stories are really connecting. Like,
yeah,
this is the
Sansa's
first time.
like... Yeah, and Brienne's that through
news
line.
About her
She's
sister.
understanding what's going on.
Like,
and then you remember, like,
really
Brienne's like been around.
Yeah, she's been around.
I was like,
she's been on the whole freaking map.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Like, the only place she hasn't been is like with Khaleesi.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So anyway, Theon wants to go home, right? So,
but like the scene was really cute.
It was really
like,
sweet.
Sansa came up to him and she was like, "Don't worry, like Jon won't kill you when we go there. Like he'll forgive you for like saving me, whatever." And
Theon's
he's like, "No, like I fucked up too hard. Like there's no way."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Where are you gonna go?" And he's like, "Home." I was like, "Oh."
It was really sweet, and I was like, yeah, it was.
Because I was asking you to him, like, "Where's he gonna go?"
And I was like, "Give it a minute."
And then Sansa's like, "Where are you going?" I was like, "Okay, good job."
Yeah, she like said it.
But it was really cute. He's like, "Can I have a horse?" She's like, "Sure."
She's like, "Okay, bye." It was really sad because then he was like, I would have died trying to get you, like try to get you up there, but like I guess he's like has this urge to go back home now. Like,
well, I think he knows that like nothing can like change what he did to them. Like he feels so guilty.
Home. Like that's where he always needed to be.
Yeah.
Like he was never supposed to be in the north.
Cut to his
home. I don't even remember what it's called. How bad is that?
Shoot.
Like
Iron Islands.
Iron Islands. Thank you. So we're in. I wrote down Ocean Island.
Close. They're on the ocean.
Pretty close. So Iron Islands, and it cuts to his sister, Theon's sister, and his dad, the king. King Balon is his name, and he's basically pissed. She's giving him an update on how they lost.
Like a battle or something?
The Moors. I think there was like a land area that was close to the water that the Boltons took over. Like Ramsay like raided it and like took it over. So they got kicked out of that. And basically
they're just not doing good.
They're not doing good. He blames her for like trying to save Theon and like using resources. Yeah. And she's like, yo, he's my brother. And he's like, well, where is he anyway? He's like, not even here. So waste. And then she's like, you're like in shambles too. Like the kingdom, like our kingdom is like pretty fucked up too. Like, what are you doing? And he's like, get out of my face. Like, you're pretty useless. Or I'm gonna like
you're a woman. You can't do it.
Yeah. And then she's like, okay, bye. And then it's like the weirdest scene, but like whatever.
I was dying of laughter because like
I'm like, is this real?
As he leaves like his like main like meeting area, there's like a bridge that connects the two buildings of the castle.
Yeah.
But this bridge is like this frigging 1800 like year old like wooden like made out of like rope bridge.
Yeah.
And it's like storming out. The
and
wind's howling.
Like
it's
crazy.
Like swaying. And the 65-year-old man, or probably older, he's like, I'm gonna take this bridge across. Like,
he's like, I'm gonna go and sleep. And
I was like, this isn't gonna be good.
I was like, already, like as
already
he's
you're gonna
fall
on it,
I was
your
like,
own.
okay, he's gonna fall on his own. But then we see like someone on
the other
bridge.
side, like a shadow.
And it's like a shadow man. And then he's like, yo, what up, bro?
Yeah.
And then he's
like what was he doing? Just like waiting there for him?
Yeah, he's been waiting like outside in the rain the whole time.
Freaking
so crazy. Then basically Balon's like, what are you doing? I thought you died. I thought you went crazy. Yeah. And the guy's like, I am crazy.
I am the storm. I am crazy.
Storm. And then he basically gets up in his face. What's up with these people getting up in each other's faces?
They get close.
Like, yo, you're a king.
He walked over to him.
Okay, taking the fact that Balon is a king of the Iron Islands,
and he has no
mystery
guard.
Brother came out of nowhere. What do you think his brother's doing there? To say hi on a bridge in the middle of a storm?
Well, I guess by that point it's too late. Like, what is he gonna do? Walk to the other end of the bridge?
I don't know. Go back to thing and like get some people. What's wrong with you?
Because he's still like that cocky douchebag. Totally, yeah.
Which leads to my next point after I mentioned the fact that basically his brother
kills him.
Bro Balon throws him off the bridge and then he's dead.
Yeah.
But I'm like, realistically, he could have died on his own. Like, I'm really surprised that like they didn't make him drunk and like fall into the water.
And even like, so then they cut to the next morning and I guess they find his body like on the rocks.
No, I think they're just like, they find his body on the rocks, but they're already like wrapping him up in seaweed.
Yeah, like it's like his funeral kind of.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised because she was like, I'm gonna find whoever did this. I was like, but what if he just fell? Like, what if it wasn't just like someone killed you?
It's absolutely true. But
she was like right away. She was like, someone killed him.
But I guess she's not he wasn't drunk or anything. So like, there's
still, man, it was like a storm out there.
Storm. I definitely
shady.
would have fallen. I mean, like, come on.
Yeah, like.
But yeah, it was cool. They like wrap him up in a sushi roll,
like seaweed wrapped
and then
up.
they like set him
push him out to the water.
And then like as I was watching it, I was like, feminism everywhere. Feminism's like coming through.
Yes,
like,
Beyonce.
Seriously. So basically she gets like a little like, you know, she kind of gets like thrown off because she's like, I will avenge the person, and the guy's like, hold on, the throne is not yours. You gotta like do some like Hunger Game shit to like get the throne. So then she's like, what the hell? Like, I could have done this. Like, that's what he would have wanted. And he's like, sorry about it. And he's like, you're gonna have to prove yourself. So now it's like all these like female queens coming through and trying to like prove themselves. So obviously there's gonna be a point where she's gonna have to like fight with her uncle,
and then like Theon's gonna come and like he's gonna be like, no, my sister deserves to be queen.
Yeah, or maybe Theon's gonna be like, I'm the king now.
No, I don't think so.
Who knows?
We'll see. I think his time of like being that douchey like higher person, he's done. Like he needs to just like help. He has no more penis. Like he's basically almost a woman too. Yeah. So like
it's so interesting the way that like George R.R. Martin really like took away gender and sexuality from like, characters that are major. It's so interesting like when you see it on that level. Anyway, what I was gonna say though was you're really seeing these crazy male characters, since we're on this like gender topic, these crazy male characters come through in contrast with these really strong, level-headed, powerful women trying to push through too. I think it's always been like that.
I think that's why this show has been so amazing.
I guess it's becoming so much more and more like
now everyone's coming out. Like before it was there and you're seeing the little like seeds of it.
But I guess it's like
Arya, the underdog, and everyone's the underdog. But now they're like coming out.
Yeah, but I guess it's also like the new generation of like of these people too. Like Ramsay Snow is a nutcase. Like, he's actually crazy. Like forget his dad who was like pretty ruthless too. He like killed a bunch of people. Ramsay Snow is like a nut job. So like him in contrast with like a Sansa, it's like whoa. It's like women, man is not good. Woman is good. And then same with this story. Like the man, like the freaking guy who killed Lord King Balon or Lord Balon, his brother. He basically looked up in his face and he's like, I am the storm. Okay, like he's crazy too, and he threw him off the freaking bridge. So like they're showing that these crazy men are like doing whatever it takes to get the power. Yeah. And these women are just like, yo, I want to be queen though. You know, and like we can do it good.
Let me rule, and I'll rule good.
And like I don't know.
I think that's
like the moral of this whole
world.
Story.
This is what's gonna happen to our world today.
Yeah.
Anyways,
like
let's leave Beyonce in the corner for now.
For now.
Cut to the next scene, which is
the final scene and the best scene, and everything happens in this scene.
Guys, like I'm telling you, you cannot wake up tomorrow morning and go on Twitter because Twitter is exploding right now. Yeah. Every spoiler, everything. I mean, it's all good. Like this isn't a bad spoiler. This is the best spoiler ever. Yeah. So let's get into it. Cut to the Night's Watch again. So this is the episode.
Yeah. So this is the part of the episode where once again you see a female who really needs to just find her inner power and really, really, truly doubts herself. So the Onion Knight comes in and basically says like, yo, Melisandre. Well,
first she's just like chilling by the fire, looking all cheese and sad.
So the last time we saw this woman, we find out that she's like a hag lady.
Yeah, like she has power.
So she has power. So now she's like, you see her like in her like fake form again, and then you're like, okay, what are you doing? She's pure like sad. She's like,
and I like how she said it. She was like, I was wrong. This whole time I was wrong. Yeah. Like I'm glad they ended up like making her say it.
Which is exactly like what I thought she felt like by the end of last episode too.
Yeah,
like,
but they just never said it.
Like why does she look so cheesy at the end? I'm like, yo, she like really screwed up. Yeah. She feels like a failure right now. Yeah. So I understand, and she basically says it. She's like, I thought he was right. The king, like, you know, the gods were never talking to me. I'm an idiot. And
And Sir Davos was so cute because he was like, no, like, he's like, no matter what, I don't care. He's like the tree god, the light of the, like, whatever. He's like, every god is the same. He's like, I've seen you do things that other people have not done. Yeah. Can you do this? Can you even try? Yeah. And she was like, all right.
She's like, I guess I can try.
She's like, I've never done it before. But she's like, I've seen it.
I'll see if I can do it.
She's like, let me cut this man's hair down.
So then she gives him a haircut. No, she doesn't give him a haircut. She does a little snippy snip.
She first snips his everyone's like in the room. So like all the guys are in the room, and this like woman's like on Jon Snow, and she's cleaning the blood.
Not on him. Like,
not on him. Like she's.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past her.
But she's like cleaning his chest of the blood. So now
which
his
was
chest
reminiscent
is,
to like Arya when she cleaned the bodies, the dead bodies.
Yeah.
I didn't know if there was a connection there, but like I did like pinpoint in my head. I was like, oh. Anyway, so she cleans the body. She cleans all like the blood, like the dry blood off of the wounds, and you see like
where he got stabbed and
like,
stuff. She's like, and then she starts like trimming his curls. She starts like washing his. She trims his beard a little bit. She like washes his hair, and you're like, yo, just get to this part.
And then she speaks Valyrian, like, and she starts like saying a spell. Yeah. And she's like chanting, and then Gingerbeard in the back is like pretty pissed.
Lumberjack.
Like, he's like looking in the back and he's like, what's going on here?
Like, I don't believe this bitch.
And you can see even in herself, she's like not
she's like nervous.
She's nervous like, and she thinks that she can't do it. And she's just
she's getting like frustrated. She's like
please,
it's not happening quickly. Like, and she's like, oh my God.
And I also feel like she was like in a very doubtful space. Like she was like, what
I'm like, girl, your energy's not good right now. Like it's not gonna come through.
Yeah, you got some negative vibes coming through right now. Anyway, so she tries, and then finally she's like, ugh, I can't do this anymore. I'm done.
And then like by that point, all the guys like kind of walked out.
Yeah.
So Davos, I feel like slowly.
And then Davos is like,
she walks out first, I think.
She walks out first, and she was like, she leaves right after like Lumberjack. Yeah. And then
Sir Davos like looks a bit
Davos
more.
like looks, and then we kind of finally see like a really clean shot. I mean, he's like basically naked except for like a loincloth on his like private areas. And then you kind of like see this close-up shot of this like serene Jon Snow, like dead and like cold and white, and then Davos is like, oh man, this sucks. So he walks by and you see Ghost, he's like passed out. Ghost is also sleeping, and then there's this like really nice shot of Ghost sleeping on the floor, the fire's burning in the background, and Jon is like lying down.
It's like quiet.
Dead asleep. I already said it. And then suddenly, Ghost like wakes up with his like red eyes, and then
did he always have red eyes?
He always had red eyes. So he wakes up, he like gets up or whatever. He doesn't do anything, and then the close up, and then
he's awake.
And then he wakes up. He opens up his eyes and he actually gasps exactly like Envy did.
That's exactly how I imagined it. Like exactly like quiet, and then he wakes up.
He's awake. So okay, let's talk about this. I feel like this needs its own
like podcast
episode. Like the reaction to him coming back to life. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like for you and me both, we kind of knew he was gonna come back.
Right.
I just didn't think it was gonna happen in episode 2. I really thought maybe like 4 or 5 or something.
And we had some theories. I mean, we've been talking about this basically all week with a few other colleagues and friends. And we all have our own theories as to how he was going to come back, because I think that was really the question. It was how it was going to happen. When it was going to happen was like, secondary, because like it's going to happen in this season, obviously. But like how it was going to happen was like important to me, because I was like, is he going to have to like go into? I think the last episode that we talked about it, I was like, there has to be a fire element to this. He has to be like thrown into the fire. Because my question too was like, why haven't they burned this body yet? Like, why are they taking their time with it? Maybe it's gonna be like the very last minute before they throw the body. I don't know. Anyway, it happens this way. So, what are your reactions to like how it happened?
I think it was an amazing scene. I halfway through when she was speaking Valyrian, I'm like, it's not gonna happen this time. I'm like, she's gonna try and it's not gonna work.
And she's gonna have to like believe in herself and then come back later.
Yeah, I feel like she was gonna leave. Everyone was gonna leave. She was gonna come back and like get naked, and then it was gonna somehow and then it was gonna work.
I did think that she was gonna like maybe sacrifice herself,
something like that. And who knows? Maybe that might happen. Like maybe she'll end up like withering away. We don't know what's gonna happen.
Like something happens
to her after. Yeah. Like the effect of it comes on her after. I don't know. We don't know what's.
That's a good point.
We don't even know what his state is like.
That's true.
We don't know yet.
That's
he opened his eyes.
I mean, the last time that we've seen something like this happen is when Arya is traveling with the Hound, and she sees this man coming back to life the same exact way. He just gasps and he just wakes up. So we know that power is out there.
And it was like his 8th time or something, like waking up back
up. So like this is the first time Jon Snow's back. So but they also say like a part of you like is gone once you come back from the dead. So yeah, we don't know like if he's forgotten anything.
I'm sure something is
like what's
missing.
happened to him. Like has he transformed into a new person?
There has to be something that like is
he now Jon Targaryen? Like we don't know all these questions. Like is he gonna go through a second rebirth after this? Like we have no idea. We just know right now, he's alive.
I'm so excited that they did this so early on in the season. Yeah. I'm so ready. And like you said, like so much is happening in the season. They had to get rid of it. Boom, boom, boom. Let's just move through it.
And they got to give the fans what we have been asking for and hoping for all summer long and all year long. It's
so
here,
Walking Dead, 2. Take a freaking note.
Maybe
and
take
stop
a few
fake
notes.
Killing Glenn 8,000 times. Yeah. How about that?
Yeah, exactly.
Because it only works for Jon Snow.
Exactly.
That's all I have to say about that.
So yeah, I am super amped about this season. I think you have a good point with Melisandre. I think she did mention at one point while she's talking to Davos about it, she's like, I saw somebody do it one time, but that person. And then she like stopped talking, and I was like, maybe that person died after she brought that person back.
Like which person died? The person that brought them back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I feel like something's gonna out of look. Them. I feel like her role was this of the whole show.
I agree.
Like, that's why they kept her on this entire time. That's her purpose. If they kill her, like, thank you. Like you brought Jon Snow back, and that's it.
I don't know how that's gonna happen now because like I thought she really was gonna sacrifice herself.
Like
in
literally,
that moment.
Like cut her neck, and then like he's gonna come back.
Or like she like. Loses all of her energy and it goes into him or something. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see if like where how she plays into this whole situation. I'm just glad that Jon Snow's back. I'm sure the rest of the Night's Watch is glad that he's gonna be back, which is so
like, what
crazy.
What is he gonna do? He's gonna walk out of his room.
Yeah.
Because like no one, like everyone left.
It's
he's
like,
it's
hey,
gonna
be nuts. Like he's gonna it's gonna be very, very interesting.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited for the next.
And now
episode.
this really elevates him as a person. I think I guess he still has taken the black. I don't know. We're gonna have to see how this
the
thing
Night's Watch is over.
You think so?
That whole bullshit, like legacy Night's Watch thing is all bullshit. I think he's
like ready to dip. He's like, I'm done.
He has a squad, I feel like.
Yeah.
And he's past that for sure. I don't think him and Sansa are gonna intersect. I don't think there'll be time for that.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I just feel like it's too close.
I mean, at one point, I totally forgot about Sansa because I was like, well, he's dead now, and then I totally forgot that he's gonna come back at some point in time. Yeah. But now he's back, and she's not gonna make it back up there before.
I don't know. We'll see.
I really think that maybe they'll intersect in Winterfell.
I mean, I would love that, obviously.
We'll see. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
He was seen by the Red Queen or the Red Witch fighting at Winterfell. She saw that in the flames. So.
Yeah, and like maybe that's his next step. Like maybe his next step is to kill Ramsay. Like maybe that's his opponent in the next round.
Well, at this point in time, that's essentially what it's setting up for, right? True. Ramsay's like ready to go to Castle Black to begin with, so it's going to be a fight against them.
Yeah,
but they got the giant.
They got the giant, yeah.
And like a bunch of people. They have like a lot of wildlings. That was only like a small group. So
it's gonna be really good. This season's gonna be insane.
I'm so excited. Episode 2. Thank you, Game of Thrones.
Thank you.
What a good episode.
I think that's it for us.
And we're done.
Like, I'm so done, but I'm so hyped up.
I know, I'm so excited.
Oh my God.
So excited to get this out to you guys.
Like, I was never worried. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't like, he's gonna come back, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a matter of like how.
And when.
Because I don't want to be to episode 9 of season 6 and then he comes back.
No, I'm very, very glad that they did it now.
Jon Snow's back.
And now,
he's alive.
And now we're just gonna see what the rest of the season has to offer for us, because I think.
And now back to Khaleesi. Can we bring her back?
Yeah, next episode.
We'll see. She wasn't even in this one.
Not at all. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, that's it.
Bye, guys.
Bye.